Welcome back, everyone. Today we're going to take a look at CarPro Hydro2Foam. Now, Hydro2Foam is a two-in-one formula. You can take care of two chores at once. You can wash, cleanse your car, and protect it at the same time. Designed for vehicles with coatings and without. If you have a car with a protective coating, this will cleanse it, reinvigorate it, reinforce it a bit, so to speak. If you have no protection whatsoever, fine. You'll give yourself about 3 months average of protection. So if you do it that way, I'd say every third wash you can reintroduce the CarPro back into your wash cycle. In between, just use your regular normal shampoo. So without further ado, let's take a look at CarPro Hydro2Foam. Hydro2Foam is 500 milliliters for around 20 bucks, depending on where you look for it. It is a silica-infused wash shampoo. It also has added extra lubrication, more than most shampoos, to lift and encapsulate dirt and reduce marring before the coat starts to cure. It cures within seconds. It's an instant cure right after your wash or a snow foam. Although it has effective surfactants, if you have a car or surface that hasn't been cleaned or detailed in quite some time, I recommend washing it and decontaminating it either mechanically or chemically, and then follow up with the Hydro2Foam. If you are in a heavily restricted area, you can use something like the IK foamer here or any pump sprayer and effectively apply the solution and coating with something like this. After using the product, I recommend using no less than 1.5 ounces in your wash bucket or your foam lance, or in this case here, the pump sprayer or your IK Foam 9 foamer. Unlike a typical shampoo, I'm going to take my time with the Hydro2Foam, make sure it covers every square inch of the surface, and it doesn't matter if it gets on plastic, rubber, trim. It's made to clean and protect every surface, including glass. This is practically what it's going to look like. It doesn't really matter what method you use. You can get a little bit more suds out of a hand wash, but anytime there is like a carnauba or some kind of lubrication or any solution for a coating introduced into your shampoo, it's really going to kill off the suds. So this actually is enough to be effective. And hold on and cling to the side of your vehicle, all vertical surfaces, and this is what it'll look like. You will get best results if you're out of the elements, out of extreme heat, out of direct sunlight, and it doesn't really matter how you apply the foam, either through a pump sprayer or electric power washer and gas power washer through a lance. As soon as that foam's on there, go grab your mitt and start washing and working or massaging the product into the panel. Now, they do want you to rinse one panel at a time, but if you are out of the elements, you're going to be perfectly fine. You can actually do the whole car if you don't mess around, and then just come in and give it a thorough rinse. And I'm going to show you the importance of why you want to give it a very thorough rinse after having the product spread out over each panel. This particular vehicle here already has a coating. It's an aging coating at the end of its life cycle, but I want to just reinforce it a bit, see if I could stretch it out a little bit longer. So I'm going to give you an example like this, and then after this we're going to follow up with a surface that has no protection whatsoever. Protected, unprotected, coating, wax, sealant, or nothing at all, you will see immediate hydrophobic properties right away. You can dry with forced air. I recommend using a drying microfiber towel. And as you can see, whatever surface the wash solution has come in contact with and cleaned is also now protected. Okay, moving on. If you're going to use a foam lance, again, no less than 1.5 ounces. You can go 2.5 ounces to a full bottle of warm water. for your foam lance. This here is an electric power washer, and as you can see, it just makes enough foam to be effective and cling to vertical surface on your vehicle, and this is what it'll look like. And just like the last method, with no hesitation, we're going to grab the wash mitt and get right to work. And with no hesitation, give it a thorough rinse. I want to show you up close the rinsing process. You want to rinse each panel until that first frothy layer of the Hydro2Foam is totally removed and your rinse water is completely clear. It's a very important step, probably one of the most important steps, and you'll know you have it rinsed correctly when you see the extreme water repellency such as this. Okay, moving on. If you don't have a foam lance, no problem whatsoever. Just use the product out of your wash bucket during a contact wash. No less than 1.5 ounces to be effective. This happens to be the only method where you'll see really a lot of suds or a lot of foam, but they will dissipate quickly, so don't hesitate, don't mess around. Just because there's a slight absence of foam or suds doesn't mean there's no lubrication at all. There actually happens to be a ton of lubrication. You will never feel your wash mitt get grabby with the surface of your vehicle. And once again, very important to rinse as thoroughly as you can. Over 16 years old, more miles than I care to mention. Original paint, but if you choose the right products, you'll have it looking nice and fresh. And again, if I'm just using the Hydro2Foam to protect and reinvigorate the coating, the next 2 washes will be just a regular standard shampoo, and then I'll go back to the Hydro2Foam for my 3rd or maybe even 4th wash. Okay, moving on again. Time to show you guys how the product can clean and protect surfaces that have never seen protection at all since its creation. This happens to be the inside the shell of a door of Buick Enclave that's never seen the light of day until now. We're going to protect it with the Hydro2Foam. All we do is put a nice thick layer. I'm not even going to use the wash mitt this time. I'm just going to go straight to a thorough rinse and we'll see what happens. Give me a second to grab the camera so I could show you. You now have immediate protection, and you're looking at an average of about 3 months. Okay, gang, that was CarPro Hydro2Foam, and no doubt I'll be getting questions comparing this to a product we reviewed just a few days ago, the hydrophilics, and they have similarities yet some differences. The hydrophilics is to be applied after your car is already cleaned and decontaminated. That's going to have quite a bit more durability than the Hydro2Foam. The Hydro2Foam is going to clean and coat at the same time, and you're looking at about 3 months. So if you have any questions whatsoever, don't hesitate. Brian from Apex Detail. Catch you in the next video.